Hey, my name is Mariana, Rutledge Hatfield. I'll be talking to you about my role as a teacher candidate who embodies the College of Education's philosophy and learning, leading, and serving our students. My teaching philosophy has developed and grown throughout my teaching experience. By observing my mentor strategies that she provides within her own classroom, I have learned what works best with students through keeping them engaged by using management strategies like brain breaks, visuals, hands-on activities, manipulatives, games, and more. There are a bunch of strategies out there on the websites to know how to manage your classroom. Another thing I have learned is behavior strategies, like having a reward system, giving them responsibility like cleaning up in the classroom, around their desks, or after themselves. Not only that, getting their classroom materials out for the day, organizing their desks and folders, and more. There are a bunch of responsibilities you can provide in order to build up the behavior. And I'm going to tell you, the reward system is a good one. There's a lot of reward systems out there that teachers can use in order for kids to have a better behavior in the classroom. Lastly, I have learned how to provide classroom management strategies by organizing the students' materials as well as lesson plans and technology that fits to their educational developmental needs, as well as having rules the students must obey in order to have rewards at the end of the day and being successful within what they're doing in the classroom and obeying by the rules. I also have involved parents within their students' learning success by having Parent Day, which the parents comes in and reads to the students, as well as doing activities with their child in order to help their child grow within their education. I want to involve parents within their students' learning by having a classroom webpage and giving out advice on homework to help their students grow within their education at home. Having that webpage is a great solid foundation in this generation. Parents can access the web anywhere they go, and they can see what we are learning in the classroom, what skills needs to be taught at home, and what their kids are struggling with, and everything in order to help them build at their house. I mean, we as teachers, all we can do is build at the school, but we can't help these kids at the house. All they can do is have a good solid foundation with their parents in order to access the web page at their house, in order to take our advice as professional teachers and helping them grow within their education better. And that's the way to go. I mean, all you can do is provide advice, feedback, homework, web pages, resources, anything to help those kids grow within their development or struggles. Technology has a lot of benefits for students' learning opportunities. As a student teacher, I have noticed within my teaching that having technology within the classroom is so beneficial and much easier to teach students by interacting with them with the use of the Elmos and smart boards within the classroom. It helps the students by visually learning what they are learning during the unit lesson we are on for that week. It just makes them focus, interested, because they are a part of the lecture. They are being a part of it. The students has fun coming up to the smart boards with interacting with the lesson. Like the smart boards has these markers that you can draw on and circle the answer or write the answer down. That's interacting with the lesson. It's better than having a student just sitting there bored to death just hearing the teacher teach. You have to have instructions, and you have to have technology in order to help build those students' engagement. Technology is becoming an engagement resource for these teachers nowadays, and it's very interactive, and students are learning from it. Not only that, the students within my class also have Kindles and Google Chromebooks, which is also very beneficial for students' engagement. It helps them by letting them have their own computers and doing fun educational games and activities online. There are a bunch of educational games for each subject of the day, and they can access to it, and it learns them how to use technology, which is very beneficial because the society is built on technology now, and it's only going to increase throughout time. And they really need to learn how technology is used and how to access it. And not only that, it helps them access it at their house too. If they want to play that math game or that reading game, they can go home and access it as well and learn and build their knowledge better. It is very, very beneficial, in my opinion. Having technology also is a visual and hands-on learning that is very engaging for the students. It's visual, you see it, it's on the computer, and it's hands-on. You're moving your hands, you're trying to play it, and it's very awesome thing that has come into teaching that I have noticed. And I would use it. I would recommend it for any teacher. Even the old-fashioned teachers, I would recommend it. The use of technology has made things a lot more fun and funner than ever. Students are getting engaged in so many learning tasks that improve their retention of new concepts. Since the introduction of computers, tablets, Google Chromebooks, Kindles, smart boards, Elmos, there has been great scope of education applications that allow learners to learn various concepts in a playful manner. Moreover, they can access to live stream videos online to better understand an ideal subject or concept. That is amazing. They can actually go home and learn more about it too. That's why technology and the internet is so powerful, because they also get it at school as well as they get it at home. But every student has a tablet, but every parent has a dang phone or a computer. I mean, they can actually go home and do this for fun and learn more and grow within their knowledge, and it is amazing. I recommend it. Lastly, technology has also provided to be a helping hand for teachers who sometimes find it hard to explain certain things within the boundaries of a physical classroom or lesson. That's another thing I have learned. It does help teachers explain things better for students because it's there on the screen, it's visually seeing it, and students are comprehending it better. And it's only building them up for a successful lesson and understanding and concepts of the lesson being taught. Tech-savvy teachers like us nowadays are able to prepare their lessons in a more structural manner by including different types of text, activity models, and interactive controls for students that fit to each student's learning developmental needs. That's a good one too, because there are so many websites out there that helps students understand a concept within their own developmental level, and we as teachers can access it and teach it, and it's there. And even those activities, it's there, lesson plans, it's there for them to grow within their own learning development. And each child is different, and each child learns different, and each child is on a different level. And having the internet is a big benefit. It's a big beneficial for us to have. It's amazing how great learning has come, and it's not just one strategy. It's 10 strategies that you can provide to help these students learn better. I would really, really recommend technology as much as possible because it has provided and it has made kids grow within their knowledge. Even the lower level kids, it has helped them. It really has, and I plan to really put that within my teachings as much as I can. I also want to talk about that I will implement the Christian worldview values. I am a very Christian oriented person. I am a child of God, and I believe in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I plan to provide as many Christian worldview values within my classroom. I want to provide a prayer every time we line up for lunch, even at the beginning of the day, to have a great day. I also want to provide a prayer at the end of the day for students to ride the bus home. Not only that, I also want to provide an encouragement, uplifting pledge for the students to repeat before starting class at the beginning of the day. The pledge only helps them build up their self-esteem before the lesson starts. And some kids really needs that because you don't know what they're coming to school from. So that really does help them. I will always provide compassion for my students, no matter how bad their behavior might be or where they come from. They are still kids, and they all have a heart of gold. They are only kids, and teachers have to remember that. We as teachers have to understand where the child comes from and why they act up the way they do. If a child messes up on something, don't worry about it. You need to act responsible enough to understand that it's okay. The child made a mistake. It's only a learning experience. That's how we learn. We learn from our mistakes. And I will plan to always tell my students that, no matter what. And I will always remember where they come from. And I will always understand why they might act up the way they do, because you don't know what they're going home to. And we have to keep that in mind as teachers, where these kids are coming home from and everything. And we need to as much positive influences as we can, because that might be the only thing they get. But I plan to always tell them that it's just a learning experience, and that they will learn from it and they will grow from it. We will retry until the child gets it right and understand the concept that is being taught. I will always be proud of my students and where they come from. I will treat them all equal and accept each one of them for who they are and for who they are in my classroom. I will be a devotional, motivational uplifter for my students in order for them to promote human flourishing within their educational success. Every child needs encouragement and positivity about themselves in order to build their self-esteem as a student and as a person. That might be the only thing they get throughout the whole entire day. Like I said, remember where these kids are going home to and coming to school from. We have to remember that's the only positivity, encouraging, motivational thought from the teacher that they get. You have to always show love, respect, caring, support, because that might be the only thing they get, and the teacher should always show that. This will help their mindset as well by achieving within their education better. A positive and happy mindset is a successful mindset. Lastly, I will provide legally and ethical duties for my future classroom. I will present myself professional and loving towards my classroom. I will have rules on legal and ethical codes that the students must follow, as well as the parents. I want my students to look up to me and know that they have a teacher that will never give up on them and that will always be there to support them through their education and through anything within life. Because some kids struggle through education in other circumstances within their lives, and I will always be there for them. I'll be their backbone. I will be their shelter. I'll be their guide. I'll be as much as I can for them. I want my students' parents to know that I take my job seriously and that I will do all I can to get their students to the level of their developmental learning goals. I will always make these parents feel accepted and make them feel that they are a part of their students' success within the classroom, which is very beneficial for the students. The students need to have their moms, dads, aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents involved in their lives, because that only builds up the student. Yeah, they might see the teacher in building them up. They really need to see their parents and their family members in building them up too. And if they are involved in their education, the students will continue to grow. And I really do believe that. But I'm glad you guys watched, and I hope you guys learned something. And I really hope this is the video that could encourage other teachers. You know, this is my role as a teacher for my future, and I really want to bring as much as I can to the teaching industry and to provide a great success for these kids, if it's through education or it is just through morals and values. I want to be there for them 110%, and I want to be so proud of them 10 years later that they graduated. You know, they're going off to college. I want them to always remember, like, oh, I remember Miss Rutledge or Hatfield. I remember her. She helped me do this, and she was the best teacher ever. I want that from the child more than anything. And just having a hug from the child and saying that you're such a great teacher is just a rewarding feeling. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to be a teacher, and I can't wait to inspire kids. And that's what my goal is in my lifetime. And I really believe that's what God put me on this planet to do. And I plan to continue to do it. Whatever He wants me to do, I plan to do it right. And I want to do what I can do to keep students on the right path with God and with their education. And I hope somebody learned something from this video, because I have. And I have learned so much within my teaching experience, and I will take so much from it, and I will continue to learn new strategies, new methods, new ways by just researching it online and learning from other educators within the field. And I will always I will always do the hardest I can within the field to be all I can for these students. But thank you for listening again, and this is my video. Thanks.